Hello, hello, hello. A ver una cosa. Hello, hello. No, cuidado con esto. ¿Qué? Hello, hello. Era esta vaina. How you doing? Can you hear me now? Yes, perfect. Sorry about that, guys. Happens that I had a that's crazy. I was charging a unrelated device in my laptop and it was blocking the noise, the signal for the mic. Sorry about the wait. Thank you very much for being here. You make sure I run a couple things here so the screen is good and everything is working all right. Yes. Okay. Now we lost the screen. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Layouts. Let's do this. This thing. Make me. All right. There you go. Thank you guys. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for waiting. Well, 8 minutes. At least we gave people the opportunity to get here. So thank you very much for joining me today. Um, Appreciate that. So let's start over. And we're live. Welcome. So thank you for coming in. I have some very cool stuff that I want to share with you today in regards to the app and a few of the things that we released this week, some of the things we updated, and a quick rundown so you can guys see the everything that we're working on. But before I show you a single button, I want to say the one sentence that this whole stream is about. And I need to repeat this over and over on Twitter, Discord, here on YouTube. Because, for example, a couple days ago, a person asked me, like, I don't understand the app. How do I use it to long and short with the signals? So, QUMO is not here to give you signals. QUMO is here to help you make better decisions. That's it. That's a whole shift. So, most crypto tools, for the most part, I'm going to answer one question: what is moving? And then they leave you alone with the hardest part, which is, should I do anything about it? Is it okay? How's the risk? Is it a solid signal? Is it a lousy one? So over the last week, I rebuilt a lot of the things inside QUMO and the engine to answer that second question. We have market data, narrative, capital flow, liquidity, catalysts, signal quality, FOMO protection, and risk. Now, all of them talk to each other inside one system. And I'm going to walk you through the whole thing today. Not as a list of features, but it's mostly like a way of thinking, so you understand how the app operates. And by the end, you'll see why I keep calling this the most complete native to crypto decision engine instead of a signal app. So there you go. So let's talk about this. So QUMO now it's going to include a private AI desk analyst inside each ticker dossier. Instead of only showing you signals, QUMO is going to read the full decision file around a ticker. That means the stop quality, the say payer behavior, prior signal life cycle, the narrative context, capital context, timing, and risk. And then it's going to take all of that data and it's going to pull it out to you in a private desk read with posture, analyst score, why now context, protection notes, and clear next steps. That's also going to include, now, I just launched that today, the QUMO memory and personal desk DNA. Now the app can remember how a user interacts with the tickers, which files they open, which names they save, which reads they record, and whether their behavior looks like observation, preparation, curation, life cycle management, or protection. And so over time, QUMO is going to become more personal, helping users build a discipline instead of treating every signal like an isolated event. And this is an important aspect because the new signal lifecycle intelligence layer for the decision process It's going to separate the fresh research files from the active maps, invalidating setups, expired reads, and signals that are still building evidence. So for founders, this is probably not something I want to talk today because this is more institutional, but we'll get to there down the road. So let's go here to the app. There you go. You can see now. So the first time you go into QUMO, this is the desk. This is the inbox. This is what you're going to get. All right. So the old way most of people trade, then let's say you wake up, you open 10 tabs, one for charts, one for news, narrative, what's trending, smart money, wealth transfers, derivatives, spreadsheet, journal, Telegram, 3 Telegram groups. Then you try to hold it all that in your head at 7 a.m. before coffee. So the idea is funny because I got a comment a couple days ago like, yeah, you can do this with Claude and it's a clusterfuck of information and anyone can pull this off. So here's the kicker. First of all, it's not about the AI pulling all this data. It's about the framework and the engine behind it. The engine is the waves and particles engine. So every single thing that you're going to see here, it's built within the engine and the theory and the framework of waves and particles. And that's what's going to make it unique to the things that you're going to need. The cool thing also about the app, I mentioned this last week, is that you're going to have, you now have beginner and pro readings. So for the beginner, you click here, you have a toggle there, and the phone is going to be different. The cards are going to be different, or more to understanding in simple terms and simple words what is going on with each signal or each fire card, right? Now, if you want to get the full professional read, you go to Pro. You're going to have every single metric you can probably imagine in the world. You're going to have it there. For example, if I open, let's say, I don't want to, let me just get rid of this. If I, CRO USDT has right there, Pro, you have whatever amount of information, data. If you click beginner, then you're going to have less data. But we'll go to there in a second. Let's keep it in Pro right now because the goal here is that you learn to understand the context and all of the things that you're reading in the app. That's what this is doing. So QUMO's job is to compress that entire messy workflow from having 20 tabs or even spending hundreds of dollars paying different research platforms and spending hours reading and condensing everything together. So QUMO is going to compress that workflow into one calm decision layer. Not by copying any of those tools, but by orchestrating the reasoning between them. So the app is basically going to answer 6 questions to you in this order. Is the market allowing risk right now? Is this a specific ticker worth my attention? Is the move early, clean, late, crowded, or dangerous? Is there enough liquidity to actually act? Is capital confirming the setup or quietly contradicting it? And then, only then, what should I do next? So QUMO is going to grab all that information and it's going to answer those questions for you. And that's it. So every screen I'm about to show you is one of those questions. When they agree, you have conviction. When they disagree, QUMO tells you to slow down. That disagreement, that's where most of the value lives. And we'll go deep into that today, right? So let's build it. Let's build it from the ground up, because the ground is that data that we're pulling up here. So, you should never pay just to start about that, the data, and on a tool that runs on weak data. So the first thing that we did in the past couple weeks was to rebuild the foundation with at least 8 different platforms that provide top of the art data from the crypto market, starting with Coin API, which is the QUMO main market data layer right now, in the full spectrum of what they offer. So now, what that buys you practically is a broader crypto universe, fresher prices, better quote quality, cleaner liquidity checks, cleaner marketplace, market tape, and far more protection against stale or broken exchange data. So when I launched the app, we were using like Bybit, CoinGecko, and that kind of stuff. But I felt it was not enough, so I changed to the real deal. So we moved from off fragile single exchange dependency into a premium data backbone. Is the most important, one of the most important parts of the app. And you won't see this feature as a button. You'll feel it as if everything is being more trustworthy. On top of the data, we expanded the universe. QUMO now scans a much wider field of assets instead of being trapped inside one exchange limited list. And this is the important part. Wider doesn't mean noisier. The app thinks like a market does about that universe. Which assets are actually liquid, which names are worth scanning, which ones should just be ignored, which tickers are tradable enough that it's even fair to show you. So that filtering alone saves you hours and money and time. So you're not manually sifting through hundreds of coins to find the 8 that matter. The desk, again, is going to pass that for you. And it does it on clean, provable data. So a signal is really worthless if you can act on it cleanly. So we built the tradability gate, for example. It's one of the things that I'm going to show you today. Before QUMO treats anything as an actionable, actually I can show that to you here. If we go to market, we go to regimen. Oh my God, so many things. There you go. You have here signal permission lock, defensive lock active right here. The regimen is not granting broad signal permission, protect capital, and require exceptional proof before acting. Long signals are locked right now because the market is contracting. You can see it here. Market structure is contracting. Total minus 3%, total 2 minus 2%, others minus 4% over 24 hours. So the Bitcoin trend is hostile right now. So the long environment is defensive. Conditions are not friendly for broad longs, preserve capital, and demand exceptional confluence. What this is telling you right now, with a score out of 100, 44 right now, is like the conditions are not friendly for go crazy with longs. So the signal cards, one might show you long setups are locked right now. So it checks is checking every 15 minutes to see if this is going to change before you can actually execute something that is going to expose you to unnecessary risk right now. Then you're going to get liquidity quality, spread quality, whether the quote is fresh, top of the book depth, whether the market is clean enough to act at all. So instead of throwing you a signal on thin garbage, QUMO can say something almost not a single app on the market for crypto traders right now will never tell you, which this might be a real setup where the execution quality isn't good enough right now. That, as a trader, that's a trader first feature. And that's a desk protecting you from the hidden tax of bad fills. We made liquidity visual, by the way. With the liquidity heat map, you can go here, heat map. Let's track Solana. Let's track hype, because go there, and there you go. You see, it's a very simple process. I'm just going to tell you right now. Crowd risk 78 out of 100. This is the context. The setup is fighting leverage, crowding, or nearby liquidity, a smaller size, or wait for reset, which is amazing because you're not only going to get like cards telling you setups, suggesting setups for trades, but it's also the app is gathering all of these crazy amount of data and information and is holding you by the hand. At least That's why it is a decision layer, is an engine. So it tells you the regimen is long flush risk. Recent tape shows long liquidation pressure or deleveraging, respect invalidation and avoid with the price, open interest, long flush, deleveraging, funding crowd, funding clean, liquidation magnet, long flush. And then it tells you right now how balanced the field is in the below, above, you know, in the middle. This is going to move to the sides to show you. It's going to show you the nearby walls, the liquidity intelligence. This is the first version of that. This is going to tell you a lot of data about the liquidity, what is sitting, the supply, the support shelf, if it's a long flush. I mean, like I said, it's at first, every single aspect of the app is going to give you a first card that is going to explain in simple words what's going on right now, in this case with hype. And then as you scroll down, you're going to get all of the different data that you might want to read or use or understand in order to trade or even learn. So this is actually, let's be clear about something. Trading has been and is becoming one of the only things that can really help us create wealth. And give me 1 second, guys. My phone keeps vibrating. I got a couple messages. Okay. It's not important. So sorry about that. Sorry about the interruption. So I was saying, I lost a thought for a second. My apologies. So the heat map, I was talking about that. So we made the liquidity visual, the liquidity heat map version 2. So volume high, volume low. This is going to read liquidity as a decision layer, which tickers have clean liquidity, which names are generally dangerous, which assets are deep enough to size into. That's important too. Because, I mean, some assets, we know that they might have a depth of $10,000. I mean, if you want to allocate $50,000, it's not going to make any sense. So that's important too. It's important to learn that kind of information because it's part of the strategy and the risk management strategy. So which assets are deep enough to size into, which ones to avoid, and where execution quality is improving or quietly falling apart. So, like I said, you're gonna get the first reading, which is the simple one, and then you're gonna go deep into the data. So then I can show you one of the new areas, which is the Atlas. So this one right here, this is unbelievable. So this is Market Atlas, and it became a full market command layer. So before you look at any single chart, Atlas is going to show you the environment around the trade, total market cap, sector performance, rotation, where the capital is moving from and to, Bitcoin's posture, because Bitcoin says the weather for everything else, as you know, a pressure read, sector attention, all of it on native premium market data with the narrative context layer in that is educated and trained in the waves and particle system. Oh yes, that I was saying about trading is one of the things that I think it can help everyone overcome the whole craziness in terms of the financial view of the world as it is right now. Whether it is with stocks or crypto, it's being democratized. You have Robinhood, you have all of these. They removed today, I think, the minimum. I think it was 20K thing to trade stocks or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but they removed that. And then you have crypto. So yeah, it's a democratization of trading. But trading, I've been dedicating the last 10 years of my life to teaching people proper techniques psychologically, mentally, emotionally to trade efficiently and successfully. On top of that, I created and developed the Waves and Particle system, which is the foundation of the Academy. In a couple of weeks, the Academy is going to turn 7 years old. We launch in June 19th, 2019. So, in QUMO, this app here is basically the resolution to that. It's trying to find ways to offer people the opportunity to trade better, so to stop gambling, to protect your money, protect your capital, and learn from it. And it's a really, really cool process. Some people just wanna weigh when you have when someone, a fund manager or someone, to tell them what to buy, and that's it. That's totally fine. But the implications of that are several that I'm not going to go into those right now. And then it is something that is really fun to learn. And if you learn it the right way, I mean, it can be life changing for you. And that's what I wanted to create with QUMO. So underneath here, we build a native data pipeline so it actually stays current. This one updates every 15 minutes. And it's just not that the color banner, it's just a live market intelligence page. It refreshes from premium sources, so the read you're looking at is a read that's true right now. What you're looking at here is actually what the market is. So a couple, 3 days ago, the alt cycle was 75 over 100 when it was around here. You see here by the sector. But then everything went down in the past couple days. Now it went down. So Bitcoin risk is 19 over 100, a risk quality read built from the recent Bitcoin return volatility behavior, the market cap. So everything is live. So you're going to get, like I said, all of these different signals and readings and explanations. For example, altcoin cycle, signal, pressure balance, futures versus spot buying. So you can see that future is definitely leading the movements right now because it's probably liquidations and people delevering their positions. So no, you cannot trade on the QUMO app. QUMO app is in any way, shape, or form a trading vessel. It's just a tool for education and research. It's not even a financial advice tool at all. So it's just trying to teach you and guide you on the process of the data that we can read in order to make an educated decision when it comes to trading, to our positions and our strategy and everything. So you get market cap. For example, here you have market permission. Market prepare, do not chase. Attention is arriving before the price confirmation. Good for preparation, not immediate execution. And you can see confirm, prepare, protect. So you can see here the different sectors and how they're performing against each other. You can see the one that failed the hardest was AI because it was the one that pumped the most. And now it went really hard. It's like, what, today? Minus 4%. Well, DeFi went minus 10%, but anyway. So then you have the cross market reference. So you understand the breadth of everything that is going on. Oil, SPX, DXY, bonds, gold. You can see where things are leading us and trending. You have the coin API native layer with more information and the market cap leaders today. So then another tool that I'm going to show you, it's called regimen. I don't know how to say that word. I always get confused with it. But anyway, you get it. When you click that regimen, you're going to get basically a market breadth view. The answers that you're going to find here is the market expanding, defensive, mix, or breaking down? Are alts actually participating, or they're just two names carrying everything? Are breakouts broad or isolated? They're about to fail. They're about to go up. Is the tape supportive, or is the market quietly deteriorating while the headline prices looks fine? That last one matters the most because markets rarely fall off a cliff. They erode first, one candle at a time. So breadth is how you see the erosion before the price tells you. So a single green card during a deteriorating tape is a trap, basically. I mean, if you come here to Regimen and you start to see this, and this is all red because this is telling you, but be careful. I read this again earlier. Defensive conditions are not friendly for broad longs, preserve capital, and demand exceptional confluence. So now that we're getting all this breadth of the market and we're understanding and where everything is moving towards to, if we get a green card on the app that says long this thing, you know that you cannot go blindly there. And it'll take you you'll go to trading view, you will see the chart. And if anything, you need to be careful because you know how the entire market is working. So basically, breadth is what turns that trap into a wait signal. And here's where everything ties together. We connected Atlas back into individual signals. So when any car fires, you're not. Let me just open a car for you here. Let's see tools. Which one's first? We have here Ichi. We have one today. This is AR USDT 17 hours ago. When you open the card, Atlas is now built into each and every single card. And the point is to market context dissection. That's where everything makes sense. So you're not just looking at a random alert in an app that's telling you to buy. You can literally see the broader condition living inside. This card isn't firing randomly. It exists inside this particular market. That link between the big picture and the single ticker is the difference between isolated alerts and an actual decision intelligence system. You can tell here, AR says FOMO filter. It's an early window. So it got a score of 71 or 100. The car is early, so let the price accept the entry zone before increasing conviction. And it's telling you right there. I mean, you can open your position, but keep the size small before you increase the conviction with confirmations because it's an early window. The derivatives pressure is clean, but then you get on-chain regimen capital mix. Capital flow context is usable, but not decisive. Let the price and heat lead. So it's basically, hey, Catalin from Romania, nice to see you here. Thank you very much for joining. So you get that, and then you get your life cycle, proofread, quality signals, and then you get this. This is new from this week too. Every single car is going to tell you this. Why this appeared, the setup that is behind the technical aspect of what confirms it, what invalidates it, and what you need to check next. Why it can work, what breaks it, is it too late? You get a score calibration, you get a confluence read. Confluence read with the market? No, because the market is negative. The market is risk off. So this is a solo setup. You get the risks, live alert copy, AR decision stack map. You get everything here, everything about it. Give me 1 second. Phone is going like crazy again. Ok. Cada vez que me escribes pierdo el hilo. Where am I here? Okay. So you're asking me an important question here. Can we learn on what method or system this AI app has been made? It means a methodology in which we can trust worthy. It means it's a business is better for long or what method. This app allowed us to long. I mean, it's like Wyckoff based, trendline based, or support or resistance based. That's cute. The app, I'm going to show you in a second. The entire foundation of QUMO is mapped, framed, built on, and modeled after the waves and particles system. The waves and particles system is the system that I've been teaching at the academy for 7 years. It's a system I created and is based on, sorry for that, and it's based on mathematics, traditional physics, and quantum physics. So you can, if you go to ikagi.io and the system, everything is going to be documented right there, where the theory, the time price geometry, the universal constants, everything about the system is explained right there. And then you can see the receipts, for example, for the 8 years that I've been teaching and using the system, how it works. So basically, the entire app and the framework and the whole composition and makeup of QUMO is based on waves and particles. So going back to the tools, to the desk right here. All right. So let's see, where am I? Where am I here? So let me look at my notes. Yeah, absolutely. Happy to share. So now, then we can move, like I was saying. The cards are not fired randomly. Basically, you're getting an entire read of the data of the market from several and every angle that I said before. And then it's giving you the context that you need to understand where everything lies, the risk, and everything. So now we're going to go behind the tape, because we have several things here that are proprietary for QUMO that are literally non-existent on any other app. So we have flow edge, confirmation, a divergence. So on-chain capital flow. When you click here on-chain capital flow, this is going to show you the flow score, stablecoin liquidity, smart money tone, and whale activity. It's using like the most complete information that I could find on a platform to find whale, capital, institutional, and real big money activity. So this is really whale and smart money. So this is what I'm the proudest of, probably. This is a QUMO's flow intelligence, and it's some of our strongest proprietary work. So you start here with the flow edge, which is this information that you have here. And it connects capital flow, smart money behavior, large wallet pressure, stablecoin liquidity, market context, signal confirmation. And then it turns all of that into a trader read. It doesn't just stand bullish or bearish on the screen and walk away to leave you hanging. This is going to ask the sharper question you can ask yourself. Is capital supporting this? Excuse me. Is capital supporting this setup, contradicting it, or staying neutral? And every single card that we get fired right now, starting from today, because this is when I gave this away, pull out today on the app, is going to have the flow divergence. It's amazing. It's very cool. If you go there, you're going to get this information. And it's telling you here right now, capital is mixed. Capital flow is useful but not decisive. It uses it as a context besides structural liquidity and derivatives. The regimen score is 48, so anything under 50, you know, is not that good. Smart money flows, smart money mix. So there are inflows, outflows, everything. This is probably going to get better with each passing day because I keep improving every single tool. Some of these, I launched the app 2 weeks ago, and some of these tools are already on version 4 and version 5. This is how hard I'm working to make it perfect with your reviews, with your suggestions, with me using the app. So it's getting better by the day. So most tools, so yeah, lost a line here. So on top of on top of all of this, we have the flow confirmation engine. When a setup looks great technically, QUMO is going to check whether the flow actually agrees with it. If the flow layer doesn't back it up, then the app tells you to slow down. And that's why you get on the cards like to slow down, be careful, early window is because of this engine and what's behind it. So it's basically filtering bad confidence. It's stopping you from taking a clean look chart that capital is simply quietly walking away from, because that happens a lot. I mean, sometimes you might have a really good chart and it's firing all of the right signals for you to buy or long, and then only to know that smart money is been leaving that asset for the past week. So you're basically walking into a trap, and QUMO is helping you not fall into that trap. So if we get a divergence, then we know we might be walking into that trap. So, and then you get the flow divergence engine, which is somewhere around, that's going to be on the cards too. The flow divergence engine, it's where the edge gets really sharp, because QUMO looks for the moments where the price behavior and capital behavior disagree. Those moments are where some of the best opportunities hide. The price looks weak, but capital is accumulating. Big capital. And then on other instances, like I said, price looks strong, but flow isn't coming for the move. So attention is rising, but capital isn't following it. Or capital move first before the price even reacts. And that's why this is a layer behind the tape, because the chart is going to show you what already happened, but divergence hints at what's being set up underneath it. If coins is very long, will it show us the target price, or will it be on us to decide? Also, what time frame will see the coin? The fact that you're asking me about target price when the first line I said on the stream that QUMO is not a signal app, it's concerning. But to answer your question, yes, some of the cards are awareness cards. That means that they are suggesting the price might go up or might go down. Some other cards, which are more technical, will have a target on them, but it's a set target based on how good they are with the risk to reward ratio and how they have performed in the past 1,000 days. In the past year, which is when I started to back testing the tools for the app. So if you go here, for example, on the app, on your phone or the desktop, you go to performance, proof, you will get all of the latest up-to-date information to every single system and tool and how they're working, their returns, everything. So you will see which ones might be better than the others, but again, this is an R calculated on a technical setup. That doesn't tell you that the trend is gonna continue or stop. That's why you're gonna get the cards. So again, it's not a signal app. If you go into the app to find for this one here is giving you a target. So if you see the cards entry and the target and the invalidation, and you get everything. But if you go into the app trying to find an entry and a target because it's a signal, then it's not what the app it's meant. I mean, yeah, it's one of the things, but I would say it's not the strongest one. The strongest thing the app does for you. Then another one of the new tools that we got is the derivatives, the leverage core. This is super important too, because we also have an exchange pressure map. It's going to repressure conditions across the exchanges, related flow, and it's going to tell you which regimen you're in. Risk pressure, relief pressure, neutral, or just quiet. Is the context before you act, not after you're already in. And all of these roll up into the capital flow dashboard. I'm going to show you the capital flow dashboard in a second. Stablecoin liquidity, smart money tone, large wallet activity, a flow score, the flow tape, divergence conditions, exchange pressure, everything in one place. One honest caveat that I can say is that I want to say clearly, and I'm going to say it again, this is not a standalone trigger. You don't long something because the flow score is green. It's a market context layer. It earns its weight when it agrees or disagrees with everything else. It's context, not a call. That distinction is the whole philosophy of the app. So you're going to get that here. The crowd risk, well, you can see it's at 0 right now. The tape is not forgiven. Protect capital, reduce chase behavior, and demand cleaner liquidity. 47 out of 300 coins are only tradable right now, 253 blocked. So you can see tradability gate 8 block. The execution filter protects user from thin books, stale quotes, and wide spreads. And then you have the pressure queue. Pressure queue, you can tell the same things are building within these coins. And you get a score of how close that pressure is to firing a signal. So this is a preparation before even the app gives you a signal. So it's not only giving you a signal whenever the conditions are given, but it's telling you that there's some pressure here when it comes to leverage and liquidity and capital that you might want to pay attention to. Remember, this is an app for a trader. It's meant to give you the information that you need to make an educated decision that is going to lead you to make profits. So you can see a score 93, 90, and all of these things. And then you get which one have the deepest books, the tightest spreads, and thin or wide risk. And then you can have more information here. This, again, like the other ones, is building up. This one was updated 28 minutes ago with the entire market data. So you can see that's derivatives layer core. Then this is a cool one. This is QUMO has several tabs in section. What is the recommended order to go through them at the start of trading day to get the most important information efficiently? Oh, you know that, monkey. But I'll go there in a second. So the next one, this is proprietary to us, to the app. I've never seen this before. This is the narrative FOMO tool, Narrative Radar V3. So let's talk about this, right? Let's talk about it. We need narrative, attention, mind share, and social momentum, because this is where most people get hurt. We built a narrative radar powered by Lunar Crush. So here's a rule that makes it different. QUMO does not treat hype as a signal. It's not. Before, actually, we had that. I had like a CoinGecko thing here that it was giving you the coins that the 15 highest coins by hype on CoinGecko, but that was a disaster because it was just giving you whatever people were already, what either was already dumped or pumped really hard. That's why they were hyped on CoinGecko. I had to ditch that completely and build this from the ground up, one layer at a time. So QUMO does not treat hype as a signal. What the narrative radar is that it separates clean attention from early attention, from crowded attention, from noisy attention, and from disposable low-quality names that are loud for a day and then are gone by Thursday or Friday. So this layer is built so you stop confusing the two. You get here selective mindshare, accelerating. You get fit quality, for example, clean tape, 6x in a great showroom, surface, frontier. You get all of this information, and it's perfectly described with clean, simple language so you understand what you're reading at. So you go here, you have Siren, for example, is the loudest builder pulse right now. Builder, that means that it's early. Radar B3 turns social attention into a decision hierarchy: confirm, prepare, protect, or filter. It does not treat social heat as a signal by itself. So you get 9 confirming, 10 early, get ready to prepare, 1 that you should protect because it's getting crowded, and 0 filter. So which one is ready to protect? Crowd risk. See, crowded attention is useful, but it can punish late entries. Let the FOMO filter and levels protect the user. Siren here. So it's telling you the Siren probably has been pumping a lot. where this is. Okay, we have here Siren. Let's go take a look at Siren USDT. Yep. Siren is pumping. It's been pumping quite a bit. So obviously, you this pumped already. So 80%. So in terms of risk, it's a lousy, terrible trade. So that's what the app is telling you. I mean, it's a coin that is getting a lot of attention right now, social probably attention, but be careful. Let the FOMO filter and lever protect the user because it's crowded attention at this point in time for that thing. So now you can see how the app is not only going to tell you like buy here or sell there, but it's actually warning you of which things might be really good or not at all. You just made an educated decision to exit WLD 20% profit. There you go. That's it. That's amazing. That's great. So, this is behaving basically like a serious trading desk at this point. It, I mean, it's filtering junk tickers, prioritizing recognizable and liquid names, separating signal grade attention from noise, and keeping low quality hype out of the premium surface entirely. And that curation is a trust feature. It shows you a name. If it shows you a name, it's because it's worth your attention, not because it's spiked on X on social for an hour. There you go. And then one thing every trader actually needs is the FOMO filter. Now it's a version V2. For any move, QUMO is going to tell you which phase it's in it. Is it early, developing, confirmed, or crowded, late, or actively dangerous to chase? So you have here, let's see what were the latest ones. BAT, USDT, FOMO filter, early window. The card is early, so let the price set the zone before increasing conviction. There you go. This is a developing signal. It's firing the signal technically, but it's early. So there you go. That's a FOMO filter guiding you and telling you, hey, be careful. FOMO filter, derivatives pressure, on-chain regime, everything you need. Be honest with yourself for a second. Most traders don't need more entries. They need protection for entering either too early or too late. Because that's exactly what blows up accounts. Buying the thing after it already ran, or right as the people who were early are handing it to you. The FOMO filter exists to put a hand on your shoulder and say, this one is late. Let it go and let's move on to the next one. Near fire watch list. We also developed the universe. The universe is new. It's as you can see here, it's a universe of coins that we are monitoring right now. And you can see that they have labels: monitored, expanded, core. Well, this is a universe of the things that are crowded: 1, 6 clean, 19% mapped, all of this. So QUMO is also going to highlight setups that are close to firing before they fully trigger, as you saw earlier. You see what's forming, what's almost ready, what needs confirmation, and what deserves your attention before the crowd sees it. That's preparation time. Instead of reacting to an alert, you're already watching the name when it goes. So that's it. And we push all the context down into the cards themselves with narrative badges. Each card is going to tell you whether the ticker has clean attention, emergent attention, crowded attention. The card just got smarter, all of them, and frankly, more human. It reads the room. It's not going to just read a chart. It's going to read the collective mindset of every single participant, and it's going to fit it to you. Now, we go here to the ticker dossier. This is one of the biggest things that we have. We're on version 4 already. Here, you're going to click your coin. Let's say Litecoin, because I want to try Litecoin, trade Litecoin, use Litecoin USDT. And the entire universe of the app for Litecoin is going to be shown on this page, intelligence file. You see, there was a short bias, latest price, decision file, the dossier, structure, timing, narrative, pressure, capital, and regimen in one paid trader read. You can see right there. The QUMO decision state is protect. This setup might be useful, but QUMO wants protection before execution. And you can see right there, it's color coded. It's telling you here, it's not wait, it's not prepare. For example, once you see a card that says prepare, then you know you can get ready with your capital and analyzing the chart in order to wait for the signal to fire and you attack and you execute your position. So you get all of this information carefully explained. Like I said, very simple, very clean. Primary read, protect, define, the atlas that I showed you earlier, but for Litecoin, atlas protect, pressure, timing, narrative, the state, narrative, FOMO filter, divergence in terms of leverage, right? Derivatives, on-chain flow, capital, crowd, pressure, every single thing is right here. And then you're going to get the history of the cards that fired before. It's like a timeline. You see the phase, for example, discovery phase. Score 38 is in discovery right now. It doesn't have momentum yet. It's not crowded and it's not cooling. So Litecoin, obviously, for obvious reason, because it's like a 40 or something like that, it's right there on the discovery aspect of it. As you have elite signal report. These are all the signals the Litecoin fired in its lifetime since I launched the app. And then you have more information here and more information that related to all that, like guidelines, timeline, signals, structure, leverage, timing, risk, flush risk, what we have been doing, the read. I mean, you have here or either as much, you have everything in, you have an upcoming date in 8 days. You have 46 minutes ago, it got a day update on the Wyckoff structure. And then 9 days ago, we got a short for Litecoin. And then you have the derivatives window here. Like I said, you can do this either as simple as just reading this little card right there, just this one, these first two, or you can go as deep as you want, and that's why it's customizable. And like I said, I'm building a very powerful engine on QUMO, to which is going to remember the things that you read, the things that you click, and it's going to adapt the app little by little to your liking, to your favorite setups, to the things that you tend to gravitate towards. It's going to even make suggestions. Can you guys hear me now? There is no sound. Otra vez se fue el audio. Entiendo. No, my apologies. Honestly, everything looks fine on my end. I don't know why the sound is not working. Uh, can you guys hear me now? Yes. Nothing? Can you guys hear me now? Is it working? Okay, let me try again the mic because this is just. What about now? Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, perfect. If you don't, I think the mic is just giving me problems, and it's a new one, so I might have to see if I need to get it. If you cannot hear me by any chance, just let me know, and I'll just use the mic of the laptop. So whatever. Anyway, so like I was saying, if you remember one screen from this stream, make it this one, the dossier, because this is one of the most important parts of QUMO because it changes what a car even is. In most apps that you might find, the signal car is the end. That's it. It fires, you react, done. In QUMO, the card The signal is only the beginning of an investigation. Every ticker becomes a decision file. That's what it is. That's what this tool here is. Inside this file, you're gonna get market context, the context where the trade lives in, the signal quality, the timing, the narrative layer, the flow layer, the risk framing, the liquidity context, what phase the crowd is in, the FOMO read, and then on top of all of that, you need the next step guidance, which is going to tell you what are the next steps that I should be taking. It's everything is going to be right there. So, and look at how everything I have shared today mirrors exactly those 6 questions I told you at the beginning of the stream. Market, ticker, timing, liquidity, flow, action. So the dossier is the whole decision engine focused on one name and one page. You're not going to be assembling this from 10 different tabs anymore ever again. The investigation is already laid out for you, and it's calm enough so you can actually read it in seconds with a simple scroll. We made the tabs guided, so you move through the file in a sensible order instead of hunting. The goal is to make generally complex information feel simple. Complexity in the engine, but it's as simple as it can be on the surface. So you can also, by the way, you can also share this car here. You can export, share, and you get a beautiful picture with the information about the car. So now we move on to another new link here, which is a command, the daily command brief, market command center. This is the upgrade that ties your whole morning together, the daily command brief. Right here, when you're home, command center, you're going to get the full brief. Before, we were just getting a small brief of the news and a couple coins that were moving or whatnot. So right now, when you click in the full brief, this is what you're going to get. There you go. Yeah. The daily command file, a market read that connects catalysts, tape, signals, and preparation before the desk acts. This is where you go to the first thing that you go to the app. We're going to QUMO generates a daily market brief that is going to pull from market data the signals from the day the setups are near firing, capital flow, narrative leaders, crypto news catalyst, and the market tape. And it's going to run everything through Claude Sonnet 4, which is trained, like I said, on the Waves and Particles framework in order to write it up. It basically turns the app into a morning command desk. Instead of waking up and checking 10 platforms, you start with one simple brief every morning. You can see how it started today. Defensive, Bitcoin regimen is blocking long, shorts require patience, not aggression. Total crypto market cap, and then you get a briefing feed, the catalyst, news, signals, and markets. This is all we read, the app read in order to pull up the brief. Then start here and then move only if the file earns it. As you can see, this is holding you by the hand at every step of the way. The brief is designed as a calm workflow. Posture first, catalyst second, tape third, execution last. The page shows slow the trader down before it speeds them up. Current mode, protect. It's as simple as that. It's telling you to protect capital. Be careful. It's not the time to go crazy. And then you have the board before action, the news that move the tape for the day before and overnight. Capital market, Bitcoin, filed to raise 300 millions, the war, whatever. Daily brief action board, the operating board for today's tape. QUMO turns the brief into a workflow. It's the same thing that we read catalyst, act, open the file, prepare, check atlas, protect, open regimen, open command center. Then connect the news to the decision file. You get here all of the noise and the narrative that we're getting. You can go there and then you can here see we're protecting what deserves your attention. Short horizon heat, near protocol, the sharpest move, minus 18%. And then you can see here other items are on the deck. Daily brief share card. You can share the card here. This is what you go in the morning. Command. You can mark a command here. Or you can go full brief to get the daily brief. Right there, full brief. You get the entire daily brief and the market command. It's going to complement everything else with the information related to the market as it is today. This one actually updates every 15 every hour. So in reality, what I wanted to do with the brief, let's go back there to the brief, was to explain, not summarize, because the 24-hour catalyst layer tells you exactly what happened in the last day, which information matters, what news are driving the tape, what to watch next, and what your risk exposure for the day should be. So numbers without context are just noise, and that's why people get trapped into this never-ending ferries or hamster wheel of not knowing what to do, because numbers are noise. When you get the context and you put everything together, the whole read becomes a playground. And this app is giving you that context. So it's a design that it's just basically guiding you to read the experience, read the posture, scan the catalysts, check the tape, open the relevant ticker file. It's a calm path through your morning instead of having a dashboard overload. No chaos. One thing, then the next thing. It's a calm that you need in order to make a wise decision. So I want to close. I can maybe talk about a couple more things that I talked about in the last video, but it's worth mentioning again. Here you have the entire menu. You have the tools. When you click on the tools, you're going to have the number here with the last fire cards, 1 here and 4 here. As you can see, none of them are firing because it's blocked for longs because how crazy the market is right now. Then you have a heat liquidity map. You have, these are the size risk. I talk about this. You can book your positions. You can put how much money do you have, how much money you can allocate it, and you can save your position, and then you can track it. It will tell you how much you want to risk. You want to risk 1%, you want to risk 10%, whatever it is a calculator, which is really cool. And then you have position sizing. It's the same thing. It's different. It's going to tell you how much the numbers of risk versus reward ratio for the coins that are basically right now on the tape. Every single thing is right here. And you can see, I mean, clean, 3R, too tight, reasonable, too wide. This is all trying to guide you and help you make an informed decision. Then we have the solar tracker, which is tracking the solar storms and the craziness of the sun right now. And here at the desk, also in the morning, you have a summary. Aside to the brief, you have a summary of the little cards related to all of the tools that we just saw. We have the capital flow, signature live, 48 score, pressure leads. This is a proprietary flow edge. It says protect, 36. It's going to give you a brief description. Then you have the command center description and the concierge chief of staff, which is going to tell you more information, a summary of the things that are important to pay attention to. Alert center, 3 priorities need attention before the rest of the type, and it's going to tell you which are those priorities. You can now close the alerts if you don't want to see them anymore. And then you have the early signal layers. You can open your ticker here. I mean, it's as customizable and complete as any tool can be. So Kumo increasingly tells you why not to trade. No trade intelligence. Most tools sell action because action feels like value. Kumo sells discipline. Sometimes the best decision the app can hand you is simply wait, avoid, let it mature, demand better liquidity, don't chase. This one is late. The tape isn't supportive. That no, the app is telling you is a premium feature and is the most expensive lesson most traders ever learn. So the hardest thing to do for any trader, I reckon, is being patient. It's being disciplined, and the app, it's helping you with that. It's helping you understand when you should wait in order to execute at a more favorable context and opportunity for you. and and the reason it can say that with a straight face is a conviction engine. A card isn't just a pattern. Real conviction comes from layers, agreeing, setup, liquidity flow, market, timing, narrative, risk, data quality, all pointing to the same way, in the same direction. It's how waves and particles is built. So, with waves and particles, for those of you who know the system, I trade time. So basically, I know which are going to be the most important or relevant dates in the future. So I don't have one tool to understand that. I have a series of tools to calculate that I teach students to understand time. I have 4 different formulas, and then I pair that to Ichimoku, and then I pair that to GAN. So let's say we have like 7 to 9 layers of informations all pointing towards time. So when I get Confluence, for example, 2 or 3 of those tools, I'm like, okay, this might be an important date or not. But when I get Confluence from the 7 to 9 different methodologies pointing me to the same date, I know exactly with almost a defiant certainty that that date is going to be important in the future. And that's why the pivots that I've been sharing on Twitter for the past 8 years are so accurate. So if you go to the website and read everything and read all the receipts and you understand everything about the system, you will see that the accuracy for almost every single pivot on anything from the daily, the weekly, and the monthly is between 88 and 95% accurate. And the only reason is not because I have a system that sees the future with a crystal ball, is because it was designed and carefully crafted in order to find the confluence with different methodologies, the study time, in order to find which ones are the strongest dates. So if I have 7 tools and the 7 tools are pointing me towards June 21st, then I know that's going to be a really important date in the future. So that's why QUMO is a conviction engine. And I guarantee you, there's absolutely nothing like it out there native to crypto traders. Even it can fight most of the trading desks for stocks even. So here's the hierarchy the whole app is quietly teaching you. Market posture, then the catalyst, then the tape, then the ticker file, then the liquidity, then the flow, then FOMO, risk. After you get the information for all of those, only then you take action. That order is the product. That order is what it's protecting your capital every single hour, 24/7. So let me bring you back to where we started in last week. We turned QUMO into a full crypto decision engine. Market data, narrative, capital flow, liquidity, catalyst, signal quality, FOMO protection, and risk now speak to each other inside the entire engine and the system. So the edge was never going to be one magic indicator. The edge of the app is the orchestration. QUMO helps you understand by holding you by the hand every step of the way when to act, when to wait, and when the market simply doesn't deserve your capital, when you need to protect that capital. So that's a tour for the new tools and the new things we released this week. This is how you wish you traded: calm, with the whole picture in front of you instead of 10 taps, a racing heart, just gambling your money away just because you feel that you need to be exposed. So free tier is going to show you the map, and the membership unlocks the full file. If you have any questions for me, this is the time to do it. I'll stay for a little bit and walk you through any screen that you want to see again, or you want to a deeper explanation right now. So the app is a web app and it's available on mobile and website, but it's not a iPhone app or Android app. It's probably not going to be like that any time in the future. It's just, if I go the app route, I'm gonna have to get rid of at least half of the things that we have today, and the engine is gonna suffer. And to me, it's more important to offer the user the most complete, comprehensive array of tools and information that anyone can get in order to trade better. So it's a web app for now. It will adapt to. It's the same as having on your phone, or same way. So I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, the last thing that I'm gonna talk about today is Kairos. Kairos is probably the most important tool on the app. Is probably one of its kind, something that you will hardly find anywhere else, because Kairos is the timing confluence engine. This is the most sought after and guarded feature of the app because it features the time theory and framework of waves and particles on a single tool for the first time in 10 years. So you can see proprietary timing layers and confluent windows and focus preparation. You have layer 1, layer 2, and the output is confluence. But this is outdated because today I released a third layer, which was the hardest one to code and plan and strategize because it's extremely complicated, but it's released. So we have here the confluence of GON, sacred geometry, waves and particles formulas, Ichimoku, different methodologies from math. I mean, you name it. Everything is here. And what this is going to tell you, only this is worth like paying $1,000 a month. Until I kid you not. So what this is going to tell you is gonna give you dates in the future. Like I said, best upcoming dates ranked by the proprietary timing layers and a anchor agreement. So what this is going to tell you is gonna give you. Oh, give me 1 second before I do this. Before I show you this, because okay, I realize that I haven't published the recent updates that I did to the app. So let me update and push the new updates here. Here you go. Should be ready. So we go back to the app, the desk. We do a hard refresh. And let's see if it's live. Yes. There you go. So the daily brief that I showed you earlier was incomplete. It was the older version. This is the one that I just pulled out today. As you can see, it's way more complete. It's telling you so it's so crazy. Today's read protect. Risk pressure dominates, catalyst pressure, signal attack, market sample. See, it's very simple. Start here, then move on is the file answered. You can click the different ones. It's going to tell you all of the information you need every single morning in order to act. And then we go to Kairos again, which should be live now. There you go. And you have, yep, the third layer is right there. Layer 1, layer 2, and time theory is active. So whatever you're getting here are the most important. Things are flying here. The solar storm is going crazy. So what you're getting here is a time confluence of dates in the future for any asset. Like I said, this is probably the most unique feature for QUMO because I managed to put it on the app, and this is something that I teach the students how to do. Oh, obviously, you're not gonna get the context of the dates because that you need to learn the system and the framework and how it works in order to understand what are those dates, why are they meaningful, what they represent, and what it can be. So if you truly want to get the most out of waves and particles, you definitely need to enroll into the academy and learn the course. But on the other side, if you have the app, you have a glimpse on the dates for the future 60 days here, and you're going to have the confluence that I was talking about. For example, here for Bitcoin, you can see Thursday, June 11th. That's in 10 days. The 3 timing layers. So we have a layer cluster. We have time theory, first layer, second layer. And the major low is from where it was predicted using the recent low in February. It doesn't mean it. This does not mean that this is going to be a low, but it's just where it was calculated from. So June 11th. So we go to Bitcoin. Go figure. We have a major weekly pivot on the 15th, according to waves and particles. Don't tell anyone I told you that. So when you go there, you can 11th. This is a major date in the future for Bitcoin. So if you by any chance got my monthly report, I've been doing an audit every single month for the past 12 months for every single major daily pivot that I have shared on the report. And so far, up until today, the hit ratio is 90.6% for the daily pivots with a margin of error of one candle before or after. Most systems of the calculate time use 2 candles, but that's just boring. No, it's really accurate. So 1 candle margin of error. So that means that on a window from the 10th, well, in terms of waves and particles, to the 12th, those 3 days are going to be extremely important for the price action. I don't know what's going to happen because I cannot see the future, but if there's a date in the future that you certainly need to pay attention, this is going to be June 11th. And this is live and working for any single ticker on the universe that we have. We have important support levels. See, 65, 78, 53, 42, 32, 24. Hello. I'm sure you can hear me now. But the thing is, I wasn't really talking. I asked you if you had any questions. You guys hear me now? If you have any questions, far away. Well, you're driving me crazy. Some of you are saying that the sound is back, and the other one is saying that there is no sound. Which one it is? Okay, I guess we have sound. Any questions? Well, you make up your mind and you see if you have any questions. I'm going to talk about. Oh, the report is June 4th. So the report for June is out. If you want to see it here, it's going to be right there. Learn more in the store. ikagi.io/monthly. You can get it there. By the way, once you get it and you pay, the link is going to be right there. Don't do what people do and they've been texting me like, I didn't get the report on the email, but the link is right there as soon as you pay. So yeah, the one for June is out. So these are all the ones from the first one in July last year. So you can get the June one and it's going to show you a market broad a broad view for the entire month with dates, levels, and everything. If you feel so you want to get the report, you can go get it there. What else? Kairos. Okay, Kairos shows you other dates. One days is because of different times. Mine is GMT. Yeah, probably. Oh, probably because I just updated the engine. Like I just did it live 5 minutes ago. So maybe you should check. But if it's not the same, every single day is important. You don't give weight to the pivots, whether they are in the high or in the low, but because every single day is going to be important. It's important to pay attention. So the way the system weights and particles works is pretty straightforward, and I'm going to show you how it is. So you basically have a grid of dates in the futures and important levels, and to me is very simple. If I'm coming down and trending down, 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 and I'm around an important support on an important day, and I see the metrics for the chart, let's say we have divergences, we have pressure, buying pressure, we're bouncing from a QUMO or something, then I know we pretty much a really hardcore confidence that this is going to bounce. Maybe a bottom, it's going to start up, maybe a small bounce that is going to go back down again, but that's going to be an important day. That's how I predicted every single major low and bottom for Bitcoin in the past 7 years. It's exactly by doing that. So if I go here back again to the weekly, I'm telling you right now. So the 15, it's a major pivot on the weekly for Bitcoin, according to the system. And 58K is a major support. The 58 is a confluence of at least 4 different measurements. And then the resistance is at 82. So basically, this is what's going to happen. If the next week we pump really hard and I find myself at 82 on the week of the 15th, then I know there's a strong chance that this is going to reverse the trend back down again. If the conditions are right, if I see weakness, if I see the trade is crowded, if I see everyone is bullish. On the other hand, if we keep trending down or we move sideways or that specific week we touch 58 and probably we have we will probably have a divergence, a hidden bullish divergence, then I know there's a strong chance that the price is going to bounce from there. So that's how the system works. And that's what you do with the dates. If you have the dates and you have important levels, which Kairos is giving you, because Kairos is giving you dates and levels based on the waves and particle system, then you're going to have a framework that you can trust and you can follow at least. So yes, exactly. That's a way to do it until one side gives up. No, I don't use QUMO to do TA, near or ondo. If I mean, are you low key asking me to do a TA or near or ondo? No, no, because it doesn't make any sense. It's just the TA would be I will be giving you is based on waves and particles, not on the QUMO app. QUMO app is just giving me information. The TA is just what I do on Ichimoku or waves and particles. So if I go near here, I mean, there's nothing. I think unless we have a signal for ondo, for near. Let's see near. Oh, near is right there. So let's see if we have a card. It says protect because it's crowded. So if we have a card, it should be here, right? Kairos window, long fire. That was 2 days ago. No, there's no shorts fired yet. So 2 days ago, entry at 263. It was a fire for near. That was here. Something like that. Right. Yeah, it was this candle, I believe. Went up, now it went down. If we go to the 4 hour, I mean, yeah, this is breaking bearish, at least on Ichimoku. So it looks like a really fine double top. Go figure. And it makes sense because if you go to QUMO right here, and if you look at the Atlas, you will see that the AI, once Atlas loads, because it's not loading right now, what the hell is going on? You can see the AI sector, it's basically taking a nosedive right now. So that's fetch, near, tau, all of those coins. So that's why this is reversing. This is how QUMO can help you. So for the past few days, AI was trending upwards and moving sideways, and all of these were going down. So AI just decided as a sector to go down today. And if you look at near, you can see exactly that's what's happening. Any other questions about the app? No, I think you guys are all good. Answer all the questions, all the ideas. If everyone is good and happy, I wish you all of the success in the world using QUMO. It is extremely powerful. If you want to make the most of it, you have the information there, organized and laid out for you. I was going to say that right now, there's a founder price point either for the first 100, 500 signups or August 20, whatever comes first, at 79 a month. After that, founder introductory price point is going to move up to 99 a month. So, and the price is going to be locked forever. It doesn't matter how many updates or how big the app gets, it's always going to be 79 a month. if you do that before that window. So I suggest and recommend, and if you want to make the best of it out of this app, you do that before that happens. If you want to go to read the entire universe of Ikagi, you can do so here. With You can read about the system, you can read about the receipts, which is basically all of the calls that were made and that happened, the most important ones. With using the system, you have the store here where you can read about the app, which you just heard, the monthly report, and the private engagement. The private engagement is bespoke. It's a new service that I'm going to release this in a month. Are going to be a full Waves and Particles portfolio management and guide and report for only 26 seats a year for Ikagi, directly with me, one on one. So I'm going to review the portfolio and output for you a 40 to 50 page review PDF when you will get every single major window, sectors to invest, to not invest, which ones are giving probably the best return and the best opportunity based on Waves and Particles. It's a full research paper and meeting one-on-one with me on all of the assets, the positions, anything you want to be. We'll review that quarterly, and it's an engagement for 1 year. Person has to have at least 100K of capital, and that's something that I'm gonna be launching that in a month from now. And then you have a little website here, a little page for the QUMO app too. Oh, I wasn't sharing the portfolio one. Yep, so you have the bespoke right there that I was telling you about. There's the whole information, how it works, all of the things. And then you have the QUMO app. My internet is going down slow. Oh, there you go. Look how the QUMO app looked the first day it was launched. Like that. It's so different today. It's a whole other thing. Different animal. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna let you go. I have to go too. If you need anything, just let me know. You can find me on Twitter under CryptoSays, my account, or the account for QUMO, which is QUMO app. You see right there. You can follow. You can subscribe to this channel on YouTube. I'm gonna be pulling a video this week talking about the market in general. I should do a stream on the 11th. That would be epic. Now that I know that's an important date. So yeah, you know where to find me. Here, website, CryptoSays. If you need anything, guys, just shout out. Happy to help you and keep guiding you. It's been a ride, and I know it's going to be better as time goes by. So thank you. Take care. Love you all. See you around.